Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Flame Sports Podcast. My name is Andrew, along with Carson again. Cream and Dean have family over. They'll probably be back next week. To break down the NBA All Star Game. Even though there's not much to break down, that it just feels like a scoring fiesta there. No defense. It's like I think the score in 2019 was I think it was like 170 something to 180. It's wild. NBA All Star Game is wild. But obviously we also got like the futures game and all that, dunk contest, all that. Um, so fun day for the NBA here. But unfortunately, it has not happened yet, so we can't talk about it. But next week, that will have gone down. But some few notes from smaller notes from the NFL. Thomas Davis, Sr. and Greg Olson both signed 1-day contracts so they could retire as a Carolina Panther. So obviously both of those players, both known for their time in Carolina. Um, Greg Olson, I mean, I haven't looked too far into the stats, but I mean, just based off what I know, I'd say he's easily top 20, top 15, maybe top 10 tight ends of all time. Thomas Davis has always been a solid linebacker for whatever team he's been on. Obviously, he's been aging the past couple of years, but anyway, they both signed 1-day contracts, so they. Cousin just said in the chat top 7. Yeah, so, yeah. They both signed 1-day contracts to retire as a Carolina Panther. That's just something that it's just nice to see in sports, because like the team that oh, I bet you didn't remember that they played 1 year with that team after spending 10 plus years with one team. So it's just always nice to see that. Also, I believe Jason Witten did that with the Cowboys as well this offseason. So happened multiple times, and yeah. And another retirement note. This one hurts. This one really hurts. Ryan Fitzpatrick. New reports have come out that he might retire. And he's always been one of those guys. Whenever he's asked about free agency, he's like, "Yeah, I want to play again. I want to play. I don't want to retire. I think I got a few more years left in me." But just no one. I guess no one's offering him contracts. I guess no one wants him. I don't know what it is, but things can change very quickly, and as we've seen, new reports have said that he might retire, which would be very sad. He's top. He was 30. He's 34th all time in passing touchdowns. So it just goes to show what incredible weird career. Yeah, yeah. You know, teams that could take a shot on him that I'm surprised that haven't is Washington, New England. He complete the AFC East if he went to New England. Teams like that. Who have had quarterback problems. Who need a quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick just slides in, plays 16 games. He's a nice little fit for you. He's a bridge quarterback. He'll get you over until you can sign you or draft you franchise QB. So yes, 17 games, whatever. Same. Well, it isn't official yet, Cousin. It isn't official. But anyway, another retirement note. Anthony Sherman, fullback from the Kansas City Chiefs, has retired. Fullbacks is one of those positions, especially in recent memory, that people have always just overlooked. People don't really talk about it. But he's quietly been one of the better fullbacks in the league in his 10 years with the Kansas City Chiefs. Not much to say about him. Wasn't involved in the offense very much as a fullback. So, those are really the only retirements note. Cousin, if you'd like to add anything to that, anything, go ahead.
No, I think I'm good. Besides the Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think the real thing that I'm kind of mad about is Patriots, what they're not doing. I think the Patriots need to make a push for a QB big time. I don't think Cam Newton's a guy anymore. I think his injury took him downhill in COVID. And, I mean, he did look like an MVP at one start of the season, but no, not anymore. I think they need to make a push.
Yeah, I mean, they could always draft a guy. They could always trade up for like Trey Lance or draft Mac Jones. Even though I think Mac Jones needs weapons on offense, and the Patriots just don't have that. So
I think Mac Jones is a quarterback that is like, I don't know. He's big.
he needs guys around him. He cannot be a one man show.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
has to have good solid weapons around him, and the Patriots just don't have that. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Now the next we've had a few signings, few franchise tags that I want to talk about. Um, Texans add an O lineman, Justin Britt. He's a center. Not much to say here. It's 1 year, up to $5 million. The Texans O line was horrible. So it was just, he's gonna be depth. He might start. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I don't know much about a lot of offensive linemen, as you don't, he unless they're like really good, like the David Bakhtiaris or the Mitchell Schwartzes, or guys like that. You don't really ever hear about them. So yeah. Bengals have cut B.J. Finney. Now you remember he was in that Carlos Dunlap trade. It was B.J. Finney and a fourth round pick for Carlos Dunlap. So essentially now that trade just cancels out to a Carlos Dunlap and a fourth round pick. So yeah, Bengals cut B.J. Finney. I guess it'll be a like okay depth piece. I don't really know. Micah Hyde is next. 2 years, next 2 years with the Bills, he'll be locked up $19.25 million with a $7.5 million signing bonus. Um, I had no idea he was a free agent. If I'm being honest, I did not know this until I saw the report that came out that he signed with them, for the next 2 years. Micah Hyde, one of the best safeties in the league. Easily top 10, maybe top 5, you could say, but
He just had that one time that onside kick.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
That was
This
just amazing.
this close. This close.
Oh.
This close. Oh, we were so close to winning that game. Oh, even though it was like 2 years ago, I'm still mad about it. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, but of course, hopefully everyone will forget about that and only remember, that he got mossed along with two others by DeAndre Hopkins. So anyway, he's back with the Bills. He's one of the key pieces to that young Bills defense. With Ed Oliver, with Tre'Davious White. Jordan Poyer is not the youngest guy, but I think the Bills do need to add another linebacker, especially with Matt Milano leaving. A guy like Shaq Barrett or Levante David would be nice for them. Obviously, some reports have come out that the Dolphins are pursuing Levante David, and if we get him, cutting Kyle Van Noy will be worth it. So, I'm just saying. I will take Levante David over Kyle Van Noy.
I don't think he'll leave because of the Bucks. I think he'll return to the Bucks.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, so do I. I don't think Shaq Barrett or Levante David leave, if I'm being honest. So, anyway. But yeah, Bills, they still are a few pieces away from, beating the Chiefs, as we saw this year. Their defense was just getting torched. So, they're still a few pieces away on that defense. Ed Oliver still needs to develop. They need another pass rusher. So, that's why I said, Shaq Barrett would be a good fit for them. Or they need to re-sign Matt Milano, which it does not look like they were going to do. So, yeah. Micah Hyde back with the Bills, 2 years, $19.25 million with a $7.5 signing bonus. Comes out around $10 million a year. Honestly, that's a little bit cheaper than if I had known, I would have paid, closer to 12, 13 for a year for him. So definitely Bills got a good deal with Micah Hyde here. Alright, other signings, we got, Lions add Tyrell Williams, wide receiver formerly of the Vegas Raiders, even though I'm pretty sure he opted out this season, so I guess the last team he technically played for was the Oakland Raiders, which is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, 1 year, $6.2 million. Not much to say here. He's really fast. Gives Jared Goff someone to throw the ball to, in case they can't keep Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones, or even one of them, or both, or neither. It's just a security blanket in case, and so they, T.J. Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift don't have to get triple teamed each next year, because if they don't have any other receivers or playmakers, they will get triple teamed. That is that, and that would be unfortunate for the Lions. So yeah, like I said, just a safety blanket for the Lions here. Speedster, but he hasn't been able to use to his full potential because he's always been injured. I feel like that's the case with all Raiders. They're having a really good season, and then they just get injured. I don't know why that happens. Or they look really good, and then they get injured. I don't know why that always happens. But anyway, he's a very speedy guy. Honestly would fit well into what Vegas is trying to do now. With all those speedsters like Darren Waller, like Nelson Aguilar, like Henry Ruggs. So he would honestly fit in well with them, but I guess they didn't want to keep him. Goes to the Lions, $6.2 million, 1 year. It's whatever. We probably paid for him a little bit, considering that Micah Hyde is getting $10 million a year. He's getting 6.2. So anyway, yeah. That's really it for like the actual like signings. Now on to the franchise tags. We've actually had 2. Now if you don't know, they end on March 13th, which is in 6 days now. March 13th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, 2 franchise tags. We had the Panthers franchise tag Taylor Moton. I believe that's his Moton. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about offensive linemen. I do remember hearing his name being franchise tagged last year as well. So obviously, if they want to keep him, he must be pretty good if they're willing to spend their 1 franchise tag on him. So if they do end up trading for Deshaun Watson, they'll want to protect him and all that. So yeah, he's gonna be back with the Panthers. I don't really know if they want to sign him long term or not. So yeah. Next, my nightmares are coming back. This is the reason the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. Justin Simmons has been franchise tagged from the Denver Broncos. Now, they're still trying to figure out a long-term deal because that is what the Broncos want to do. So just a 1-year franchise tag for him. Like I said, they're working for a long-term deal, and I think they'll get that. But yeah. Justin Simmons, he is great. He is amazing. He's one of the best safeties. And safety is such an underrated position because you have your Jamal Adams, you have your Buda Bakers, and you have your Tyrann Mathieu. But after that, so many guys are underrated, like Micah Hyde, like Jordan Poyer, like Justin Simmons, like Jesse Bates. There are just so many underrated safeties that it's hard to rank. My ranking would probably go for top 5 would probably go like Tyrann Mathieu, and probably Jamal Adams or Buda Baker. Jamal Adams and Buda Baker probably flip-flop. Then I'd probably go Justin Simmons, then Jesse Bates. Probably forgetting about a guy just because that's how underrated safety is. Minkah Fitzpatrick as well could easily go into your top 5. So I feel like safety is like one of those positions that is just stacked, but no one really realizes it because they're all super underrated. So yeah. Justin Simmons working on a long-term deal with the Broncos. So yeah, I definitely think this is a good move for the Broncos. They need to sign him way back long-term if they want to compete in that division with the Chiefs. So yeah. I think those were the only 2 franchise tags, which is kind of disappointing. I was expecting some more. Maybe Chris Godwin, maybe Kenny Golladay, maybe Allen Robinson. One of those guys, but I guess not. Cousin, do you have anything to add about either of those 2 guys? No. What do you think?
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones? What?
Oh, wait, do you say Marvin Jones?
No, no. I was talking about the 2 franchise tags.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at something. But I think Justin Simmons is a really good safety. I think he is, but Taylor Moton, not the best of franchise tags. I would tag somebody else, I think.
I don't think the Panthers have any free agents.
Yeah.
So, but he's just a guy that's just gonna do his job decently. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, now on to some cap cuts. We got some few more. We got Desmond Trufant from the Lions. He used to be really good. He used to be a really good cornerback with the Falcons in 2016. One of the better corners in the game, back when they made the Super Bowl. But I believe in 28. Yeah, 28-3. But I want to say in like 2018, had a really severe injury, limited him, and ever since
ACL.
he
I'm
is
pretty
just
sure ACL.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an ACL injury. And ever since he has just not been the same that he was. He's definitely lost his step, and he's like, I believe he's still like 29, 28, 29. So he's not relatively old by any means. It's just an injury ruined his career. So, um, he was with the Lions. So now I think he's just gonna be, like a 3 or 4 corner, just one of those guys who just gonna match up versus a, like not good wide receiver, and you'll be fine. Probably could, like teach some younger guys, in the locker room, like some skills and all that. So, I don't expect him to get a big contract or anything like that. So yeah, working our way up, we got Saints released their punter Thomas Morstead, one of the better punters in the league, but it is just that he's making a lot of money. And as we all know, the Saints cannot be affording to spend a lot of money right now. So they had to cut him. I believe they had a rookie punter on their books, who's going to be there next year. So they're looking for him to do good. But Thomas Morstead is still a top punter in the league, and, it's like, oh, how can you be top punter? Hey, punter, and all that. But yeah, obviously there are the good punters like Johnny Hecker, like Thomas Morstead, and then there were the not so good punters, like the punter that the Titans had for a game because Brett Kern was out. So, yeah. Obviously, if you're a good punter, that really helps because if you don't, ball goes 30 yards every time. That's not ideal. So, Thomas Morstead, at his age, can still go into a team and like punt the ball good. He can still punt the ball good. So yeah, Thomas Morstead, he's been cut from the Saints. It's just they can't afford money right now. They can't afford to spend money. So yeah, next one, Golden Tate has been released. It's just to help. Like I said, he's just to help with cap space, and he's not the same anymore. He's old. I'm expecting him to be a 3-4 wide receiver. He's still got some speed on him. He's still got some speed on Golden. He's still got some speed on him. So like I said, 3 or 4 wide receiver for Golden Tate. Just good code to a team that needs wide receiver help and be okay. Like 500-600 yards. So yeah. Cousin, you wanted to say something?
Okay, so now the reports are coming in. Ryan Fitzpatrick looks like he is going to retire.
No, this is pain.
This is a sad day for Dolphins fans.
It's a sad day for football fans, man.
So he was actually
report free agent QB Ryan Fitzpatrick set to retire from NFL.
High completion percentage, highest of his career, 68.5.
Yeah, he's been great with us for the past 2 years.
Also, something else, Richie Incognito got cut, saved $5.5 million.
He's still decent. Yeah. I mean, still decent.
Yeah. Also, another thing, a report: the Bears' top priority right now is landing Russell Wilson. And yeah, that just came in. They want to upgrade their quarterback, who would have been Mitchell Trubisky, but he's going to free agency. And Nick Foles is obvious not the answer. He gets hurt too much.
He's too inconsistent.
Yeah, the thing is, the list that had them was Saints, Cowboys, Bears, Raiders. And I think out of all those teams, they mostly have a quarterback besides the Bears, so I think the Bears will land him because now they got Donald, J.J. Watt, and Nick Bosa all in the same division, and I don't think he's going to like that because they don't want to put an offensive line that's good with him. And they ignored him, and he had to storm out of the meeting, and it's just a sad day, I think, for Seahawks fans, because it looks like he's not coming back.
No. Everyone's blowing these way out of proportion. There's just no way.
I think he's leaving.
No, that's wishful thinking as a Bears fan, my guy.
I don't think he'll be coming back this season.
No.
I don't think he will not be traded. There's just too much in the air right now for the Seahawks right now. They're gonna have to find a new quarterback. I don't think he's happy there. I know, like they just
No,
like,
he's
don't-
not. He's not. He's obviously not happy, but it's not like he said, I want to be traded. It's not like he's pulling Deshaun Watson here saying, trade me now. He's like, you better get your act together or I will want to be traded. So I don't think he gets traded this offseason or even next one.
Oh, okay. I also want to point out the Micah Hyde that got signed was not the safety Micah Hyde.
Bro, there's only one Micah Hyde. I don't understand what you're saying.
So there's a DB Micah Hyde. Yeah.
DBs is corners and safeties.
Yeah, it's not that one though you're talking about. It's a different. It's a Micah that's spelled with an I. So if you look up Micah.
Oh
Hyde,
yeah, no. If you were saying that like in the notes, I misspelt it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I just misspelled it because I thought it was with a Y, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Okay, I got very confused. I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? There's only one Micah Hyde."
But an honorable mention is in the NBA right now is that Simmons and Embiid have been ruled out because of the barber getting COVID.
Oh no, not another barber getting. Why are there so many barbers getting COVID? Oh no.
So now Zion will step in, but they thought Trae Young would because he's 15 minutes away from the arena, and he's not happy because of it. So I think, yeah, he'll be coming in a flight soon.
Alright. Back to what we were saying. I believe the last thing I said that Golden Tate was cut. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Also another thing. I just want to talk about one other thing. Big Ben. He has been signed and extended for some odd reason. He is now coming back.
Yeah, no, Steelers move on. You can get a guy like Kyle Trask at the end of the first round. Move on from Big Ben. He is not the answer.
Like, Big Ben is just trash. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's not bad, but he's just not good. He's average. I mean, it's not... I mean, it would help if they had a running game. That would... They could also go like Najee Harris at the end of the first round if they wanted to.
Yeah, they're not getting anybody. I don't think that's going to be an honorable mention.
Alright, but anyway.
I would also like to talk about the draft.
Later, we gotta talk. We got some few more things. Alright, next, Alex. I believe the next thing is Jason Kelce. First is returning to the Eagles. He has not decided to retire just yet. He's gonna stick it out for at least one more year. And I think this is good. They need to keep their offensive line as good and as healthy as they can, because they need to give Jalen Hurts some time to throw the ball. Like I said last week or the week before, whenever it was, Eagles should not be going quarterback with their pick. Jalen Hurts played decently last year. Maybe I overrated him a little bit last week or whenever it was. He played decently. He won them a few games, but I don't think his offensive line and wide receiver were not giving them any help. So I think re-signing Jason Kelce is a good thing. Yeah. Next one. Last one. This is pain. This is actually pain. Alex Smith has been cut. Now, this is not because he's bad. This is not because anything like that. This was a strictly business decision. It's because his cap hit is $21 million this year. And it's not like this is 49ers Alex Smith or even Chiefs Alex Smith that you would be willing to pay that to. No, this is like post-injury Alex Smith. And yes, he was good last year, but there are better options. They have the 19th pick in the draft. They could trade up. They could trade for a guy. They could sign a guy. Who knows? Maybe they're in the mix for Deshaun Watson. Who knows? So, I think Alex Smith could go to a team like the Bears. I believe I saw somewhere that Matt Nagy was the
No,
quarterback coach.
no, I don't think that's gonna
I mean,
happen.
I'm just saying things
No,
that I've seen, float around the internet. Matt Nagy was the quarterback coach or something like that in
I
Kansas
don't.
City when Alex Smith was there, so he has that
Uh,
connection.
no. Okay, so the problem, I don't think that will ever happen. Bears aren't that dumb right now. We need an actual quarterback, like a franchise quarterback. We're not gonna get a cheap guy like a Nick Foles. I don't. I'm not
No,
saying
but here's
Alex
the thing,
Smith
Alex Smith, I
is
don't think
a
would
guy.
stoat for you. I don't think Alex Smith would stoat for you.
He's not a good quarterback anymore. I don't
AOU
think.
music is playing and we can hear it.
Uh,
Don't get us copyright claimed, my guy. That would not be good. Okay, that's better.
okay.
Okay, but yeah,
But
but here's the thing. I don't think Alex Smith would stoat for you. I think if you signed Alex Smith, I think you would re-sign Trubisky, let Alex Smith learn, or let Trubisky learn from Alex Smith, for a year,
no, we're not doing Mahomes.
or
There's literally no way Mitchell Trubisky is ever coming back.
okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying that it is gonna happen or I think it's gonna happen. I'm just saying what I've seen float around the internet beforehand. And another possibility is the Jets. If probably not, no, absolutely not, because they're gonna get Zach Wilson. Another landing spot is obviously the Texans, as they are. If they do indeed trade Deshaun Watson, which they will, they should. I don't know if they will, they should. You know, because even if they don't trade him, Deshaun Watson's just gonna sit out. So, Texans are gonna need a quarterback. Maybe Alex Smith does be a backup, even though he says that he thinks he can start for a team. Alex Smith is an interesting decision because as much as you want to root for the guy and want him to do good, but you have to look at the facts and be like, he was not amazing last year. He was just doing enough of what Washington needed in order to win games. They relied on that running game with Antonio Gibson. They relied on the defense with Chase Young, Kendall Fuller. I believe it's Kendall Fuller, Cameron Curl. That young D line with Montez Sweat and Jonathan Allen. So Alex Smith is definitely an interesting decision. And on what a team wants to do with them. Maybe he goes out to Denver and and let Drew Lock learn from him.
No, I don't think any team's gonna resign him. I think this is the point where he just says calls it quits.
No, I think there will be a team that will want him as a backup. I think.
No, I don't. He's just not there anymore. I don't even think he's a backup type of player.
I think he is. This is unbiased opinion. Not even if he didn't get injured and this is just what he was like now. I honestly think that he would be a decent backup. Say your quarterback gets injured and has to miss 2 games. I think Alex Smith would be a good replacement.
There's not going to be any team out there that's going to pay $18 million for this guy.
No, that's the whole point of him getting cut. Was that no one had to pay the $18 million. You would sign him to a 1-year deal for $2 million. No, I think that's for $4 million to be a backup. No one would sign him to a 2-year $18 million. No one would do that. So I don't understand why. It's not what you have to pay him the salary that he was getting the year prior. Alex Smith would not be getting $18 million next year unless some team was stupid. So, I think
the Dolphins.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. We're literally 2 years ahead of schedule on our rebuild. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. You guys.
Who's the dumb friend?
Larry Tunsil trade. You got lucky.
That hasn't affected us that didn't affect us this year, did it? We haven't used that pick, have we? We could trade that pick.
You guys got the 24th, and then you got literally that third. That was pure luck, I think.
No, it's called the Texans not giving Deshaun Watson enough, paying, caring for his
No,
career, and not building a defense, But here's the thing. Yes, no one expected the Texans to be 4-12, but here's the thing. I don't understand where you're coming from that we got lucky with the 3rd overall pick and how that helped us this year. We haven't used it. We could theoretically trade it. We could trade it for a 7th round pick. Who knows?
Who knew the Texans were going to be this bad?
But your point is that that helped the Dolphins this year. No, it didn't.
Drastically, I think.
How did that help? How did the 3rd overall pick from the draft in 2 months help us this past season? Please explain that to me.
Because they get to rely on it, lie back on something. Wait, I also have a question on something. Say a team went 4 in 12 and had number 4 and number 3. Could that be possible if a team was that bad that they traded up for a pick? No, like the Texans situation. Could they do that?
So what you're saying is that, say, like the Dolphins, they traded for that pick. Now the Texans were 4-12. Yes, and then the Dolphins still had their own 1st round pick, and say they went 4-12 as well. They would also have the 4th pick or whatever it would have been.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Imagine if that happened. That'd be.
They got the 1st and 2nd overall pick.
That'd be insane.
Literally, yeah, it would be insane. But anyway, alright, we gotta get back. But here's the thing. I brought up the Texans and Alex Smith, but I don't think he would go there. I don't think he'd go there because we all know that was a team that, the injury, I don't think he'd want to go there. I don't think so. If I had to put money on it, I don't think he'd want to go there. So anyway, that really does it for the NFL news. I can't really think of much else. We talked about, the Russell Wilson trade rumors. I don't think he gets traded at all this offseason. Maybe next one. And
I kind of got to this point where I think he's guaranteed to leave now. Guaranteed. It's just there's too many scary weapons now in that NFC OS.
But here's the thing. Seattle, their draft position is not great, but wait, no, they don't even have a 1st round pick. That's right. Because they traded it to the Jets for Jamal Adams.
I think he'll be dealt, I think.
No, I think Russell Wilson will be like, you know what, I'll give it one more year, and if they still don't get an offensive lineman... Because here's the thing. They could sign Trent Williams. Think about that.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Why not?
He wants out. They already said he doesn't just storm out of the room for no reason. He said he would happily accept a trade to the Bears.
Bro, bring up one article that said that. I would like to see this. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to move on to the MLB news, starting with Francisco Lindor calling the fans of Cleveland lazy for his nickname Frankie. But just hold on a minute, Francisco Lindor, Mr. Lindor here. Are you not the one who purposely did not put in 100% effort in games, or at practices, or at workouts? Because yes, you are. There have been multiple reports that have said that. You've said that yourself. Now, I'm not one to be like, oh, you dummy or something, but like, for instance...
I put the link in the chat.
Oh, it's a Bleacher Report. Oh my. It's a Bleacher Report? Really, dude? Come on.
Yeah, and Yahoo even said it. I'll bring you Yahoo saying.
Oh.
And Adam Schefter even said.
Oh, he did? Okay, now I believe it.
Adam Schefter even said.
Wait, as for why Chicago interest will... Oh, wait, okay, no. Okay. Maybe Schefter...
I think this is a trade just waiting to be happening, to be honest. I think we'll trade Kyle Fuller 2 years worth of picks for the 1st round and a 2nd this year. And then I think we'll add maybe a Javon Wims, and then they'll get the deal done.
Javon Wims. Gotta be punching people in the...
Micah Hyde.
Yeah, you literally thought that there were 2 Micah Hydes. Nice.
Yeah, I did for a second.
Okay, back to the Francisco Lindor thing. Alright, but back to what I was saying. You the
What?
Francisco Lindor. Okay, so I'll just
Not
restart
yet.
because so Francisco Lindor called out the fans of the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland baseball team, whatever you want to call them, for being lazy for his nickname Frankie. Now here's the thing. Before you
It's
say
a
anything,
lazy nickname.
here's the thing. There were 2 points that I've seen. I saw one on a YouTube video that was a screenshot from Twitter or something. The first one was the tweet said that Francisco Lindor, uh, I mean, you could also be called lazy in this situation for not telling us. We all thought it was a beloved nickname, that you loved it, that you liked it, or whatever. But no, you did not say a word about it. Until now. Until you're on a different team, and now you think you can talk trash about them. Second thing,
I'm sorry to say, but I mean, who knows though what could have happened in Cleveland? We don't know why he decided to say that.
but here's the thing. And then the second thing is, last year, and last year, he said that he was not putting in 100% effort.
Did
And
he say that?
yeah, look up the reports. He even said it himself. You just look up like Francisco Lindor. Oh, not putting in 100% effort. Francisco Lindor says he was not giving his best in the weight room led to late season. Francisco Fallout. Yeah. Literally from a press conference, he said that he wasn't putting in 100% work. So, I don't understand how you can call the fans late. No. Before you say anything, I don't understand how Francisco Lindor can call the fans lazy when you didn't say anything about the nickname. You didn't say that you didn't like it. You didn't like it. You didn't say anything about that. And you also admitted plenty of times that you have not put in 100% effort last season. So I don't understand how you can say that the fans were lazy. I'm not even Indians fan, and I am mad about this. I don't understand.
So I really think what happened here was, so he wanted a new contract really badly. So he was just not putting in 100% effort because they couldn't give
But
him
here's
the
the thing:
contract.
shouldn't you be working harder to get? He's trying to get his most money for his value. He thinks he's worth X. Teams are think he's worth Y. You don't think he should be playing like he's worth more than what he thinks he's valued to get extra money?
He was trying to do the Charles Barkley, so he could go to a different team.
No, that's so dumb. I don't. I no. If you're trying to get a new contract, if you're trying to convince a team to like let you stay or trade you or something like that, first of all, if you want them to trade you, just say, don't just skirt around it. Go to your GM and say, I want to be traded. Trade me. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, but the problem, teams don't listen to people in MLB anymore like they used to. They don't care what he thinks.
Yeah, that's true. The owners are pretty dumb. Owners are not smart people. I will admit that.
They own him. They don't understand. Basically, once you put that pen to the paper, you're locked in. So I mean, like they own you, kind of like.
So, but here's the thing. I don't think not putting in 100% effort is a way to show that you want to be traded. That's the opposite of what you want to do. If you want to earn a new contract and you want to get the most money for what you think you're valued, or even more than what you think you're valued, say Lindor thinks his value is 20 million, teams think he's worth 18, he should be playing like he's worth 22. He should be practicing like he's worth 22 million. He should be working out like he's worth $22 million. So, and not $15 million, which was what he was doing. Because if you were to just sign Francisco Lindor based off his 2020 stats, you'd give him like $2 million. He was not good last year.
I have another thing to add on football. Kyle Rudolph got released.
Oh yeah, we talked about that in the mini show on Wednesday. If you haven't watched that, Go talk about it. Go watch it. We talked about J.J. Watt signing. We talked about Kyle Van Noy's release. We talked about Kyle Rudolph's release. And we also previewed Alex Smith being released.
What ties back to this is that the Patriots are interested in him.
They do need a tight end. Their tight ends are pretty stinky.
And also, Von Miller, his criminal charges have been dropped. Without the allegations with his violence case, domestic violence case, with his ex-fiance.
Okay. Continuing on. So, the Francisco Lindor thing. Why would you say that? Why would you call the fans lazy now? Why now when you're on a different team and you feel like you can trash talk your former team?
Now he has power now, and he didn't have power when he was with them.
Oh, you think if the Mets play the Indians, pitchers won't want to beam them now? You think Jose Ramirez is gonna walk up to him and be like, "Yo, what's up?" Be like,
okay,
dude, come on now.
So we're turning this to the Astro situation now.
No, I'm not saying it's gonna get that bad. I'm saying you telling me that Indians pitchers won't, be like, "Come on, man," or like other players will be like, "Come on, man, why now? Why?" I think they're mad at him because he waited. He didn't tell the fans, because I don't know. It's just so dumb. Why would you wait till now?
We don't know the reasoning unless I go walk up to him from 3 hours away and just say, "Hey, you want to explain why you said this?"
Yeah. So I don't. And then to publicly say that you didn't put in 100% effort. Because to me, it was clear. He was not the same Francisco Lindor since September of 2019 till now. He has not been the same. And I think it's been clear that he hasn't been putting in 100% effort and practices in games, in workouts. So, and I guess he was just confirming everyone's rumors when he said that. So, but I just don't understand why you, I can understand why you would wait till now, but at the same time, it's like, I don't, because, you can be like, "Oh, I don't want to trash talk my former fans, I don't want to trash talk my former fans and all that," but at the same time, you gotta be like, I don't want to trash talk my former fans, but at the same time, it's it makes no sense to me. So anyway. Okay, but sorry for that awkward cut. That's gonna be super awkward in editing. But anyway, I understand why Francisco Lindor waited till now. Oh, I don't want to disappoint my fans. Oh, I don't want to do this and that. But at the same time, it's like, if you had a problem with it, you should have said something. You should have said something before, back when people were doing it. Because now, I would assume that Indians fans are mad at him because, first of all, he wanted to get traded and he was traded. No one likes, players who want to be traded. And now, you say this. You say that the fans were lazy. That was a shock. Everyone thought you liked the nickname. It was a beloved nickname that everyone in the city called you. So, I don't know what to make of this. It's at the same time, I understand, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, dude, really? That's uncalled for. But anyway, next, we got Jake Odorizzi, formerly of the Minnesota Twins, going to the Houston Astros. And the reason they did this is because Framber Valdez, I believe that's who. It might have been Christian Javier. I'm 99% sure it's Framber Valdez. He suffered a fractured finger. Actually, ironically, it was Francisco Lindor who did it. I believe. I'm 99% sure again. He got a fractured finger.
I feel like we got a salty Yankees fan because they couldn't get him because of stand.
No, I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad that we didn't get Lindor. I'm just saying, I just don't understand why Lindor. I don't understand. There's something messed up about that. So
maybe the Indians didn't treat him right. We don't know.
Maybe. So anyway. Framber Valdez he might be out for a little bit. it just depends on the severity of it. Could be like a few weeks, could be a few months. So, Jake Odorizzi, he has always been a good pitcher. So I feel like with him going to the Astros, I feel like I would take Jake Odorizzi over Framber Valdez. So I feel like the Astros have only gotten better, and then they have plenty of options. They could trade him at the trade deadline. They could keep him. They could make a World Series push. So I just think that this is a good signing for the Astros as much as I don't want to say it. So Jake Odorizzi, I believe it's a 2-year with a club option for the 3rd year. So yeah, Jake Odorizzi to the Astros, and I just want to say something. Angels, what are you doing? You had the perfect opportunity to go after a guy who's been very good throughout his years, and you're a team who needs pitching. That is your number one need now. Your offense is going to be amazing with Trout, Rendon, Adele, all those guys. But now you just let one of the better pitchers in the league just slide past you. So you're expecting Shohei Ohtani to throw 200 innings. You're expecting Dylan Bundy to have another Cy Young season. You're expecting Andrew Heaney to be amazing as your number 3-2 starter, whatever it is. There's just no way you can rely on that. So, anyway, yeah. So, yeah. He's with Jake Odorizzi to the Astros. I like the signing. For the M, I don't like it as a Yankees fan because obviously I don't like the Astros. Anyway, we've had some amazing debuts in the past week. We've had Bauer, we've had Lindor, we've had Lance Lynn, we've had Joe Musgrove, we've had so many other guys, Jameson Taillon, and so many other guys. Corey Kluber looked really good in his 2 innings of work with the Yankees. So I love seeing, after the offseason, you get to see all these superstars with their new teams. Honestly, one of my more favorite times of the season. You get to see all these guys like Nolan Arenado like a week ago. And just all these guys that switch teams.
I'm sorry, but the Rockies totally lost that trade.
Oh yeah, for sure. But anyway, and some guys who have coming off injury, especially like I said, Corey Kluber had 2 really good solid innings of work. Albert not other Angels player. We'll talk about Albert Pujols later. Shohei Ohtani, he's back and he's firing on all cylinders, pitching and hitting. He was throwing 102, hitting well, looking good. Angels are gonna be a sneaky team. I don't think they're gonna be amazing by any means. I don't think they're gonna win the division or anything like that. So, They like I said, they had a perfect opportunity to add Jake Odorizzi, and they didn't because they're not very smart, like I said. So anyway, I feel like I think the Angels are gonna be decent. I don't think they're gonna be amazing or anything like that. So yeah, now. Some guys who have been playing well, who had a little bit of down 2020s, Joey Gallow and Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper hit a 450, what looked like 450 feet moonshot to the opposite field, showing off his opposite field power. And then Joey Gallow actually leads the majors with 7 RBIs. So, I don't think the Rangers are going to be anything crazy, but if Joey Gallow can play like 2019, Joey Gallow, he could carry them to a few extra wins. He plays Gold Glove defense and amazing power. So, yeah, Joey Gallo is one of the better hitters in the league. And if he can...
I think he's on a terrible team. I don't like the Rangers.
Oh, yeah, no. There's no doubt that the Rangers are bad.
I don't see them being good for a few years. Maybe 10 years, actually. Not gonna lie. It's just gonna be a while for Rangers fans. It's just not a great time to be a Rangers fan right now. It's just hard to see your team like this. Because, I see, their pitching is meh. Their hitting is eh. They're, I don't know, they're just a meh team. haven't been good in a while. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Now, I mentioned him earlier, but Albert Pujols has been lying about his age, possibly,
I think he
perhaps.
is. I honestly think he is. I mean, he could be. Let's look when he started. When did Albert Pujols
Because,
join?
if you were to look on his MLB.com page, I think it says he's like the age.
1999.
Yeah, the age list is like 40 or 41, but in actuality, he's like 3 years older than that.
No, so I think he's actually lying about his age. So 1999, so 22 years ago. So he's 41. So yeah, he is lying about his age. Because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That does not make sense because that's a year off.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because like it's just so hard to tell unless because like the former Marlins exec was on one of the ESPN shows or something like that, and he was like, there was just so much stuff going on with the Dominican or wherever he's from. Back at that time, like people lying about their age, changing birthdays, like changing birth certificates and all that. So it was wild. Back in the 1990s. So it's definitely something that like could could that like could change something very important because like Albert Pujols has not been good for a while, and now looking back, you're like, oh, instead, because I think he said that he was like 29 or something when he signed that contract, but in actuality, he's like, like 32. I don't know the exact numbers or anything like that. He signed him back in 2014. But all you need to know is that if he wasn't lying about his age and he's actually 3 years older, then the Angels are like, well, we feel cheated out of that because he said this is just completely arbitrary. I don't really know. Say he said he was 29, when he signed that contract, but in actuality, like I said, he's 32. Yeah. It's definitely interesting to think about. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think that he was or
I think he definitely lied about his age by a year. I don't know if it was by 3 years. I don't think it was by 3 years. That's a little bit of a stretch, I think. I think it's a little bit less. I gotta say. Because if you think about it, so if you go to Albert Pujols and you look his name up, he's currently 41, it says.
Mm-hmm.
January 16th, 1980. Wait.
But here's the thing. The whole thing was that the guy on the ESPN show was like they were changing birthdays, they were changing birth certificates and all that. So it's not just that that he was that like because like obviously that ESPN MLB.com page is going to show what everyone thinks his age is, which is 41. So not.
If he is 3 years older than what he says he is, then that 661 home runs makes sense. Oh, also, there's another report. Blake Griffin, this just came in, has now signed with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, it's game over. It's actually game over.
Oh my god.
Let me look this up. Blake Griffin. It's game over. I do not see. I don't see anything about it, but it was probably announced on Twitter or something.
It just came in, like breaking news.
Oh yeah, I saw something that says Nets likely landing spot here. Is Clifford.
What?
Oh yep. I see it. I just scrolled down on the thing and I see it now. It's like the Twitter page. Yeah. It's game over now. Blake Griffin obviously is not as good as he was like 5 years ago, but he's still solid. Yeah. And for a Nets team that all they like has been like point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. He's going to be a good power forward or center, whatever position you want to play him at. Probably power forward. But now you look at that team and you have 4 All-Stars. So, and then Jared Allen has been playing pretty well as to my knowledge.
Jared Allen got traded.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, James Harden trade, right?
They got DeAndre Jordan though.
I thought they cut him.
No.
Oh, but anyway, yeah. You look at that team and you're like, oh boy, that's spooky. That's a spooky team.
Yeah.
That's I just saw a meme. It's the Brooklyn Nets after signing Blake Griffin, and it's the 4 monsters from Space Jam.
That looks like a better team than the Splash Bros.
Oh yeah, this might be the best team of all time.
Kyrie.
This might compete. I say might. I don't think it does. I think if you would have put these 2 teams in a best of 7, the 2020-2021 Nets with Blake Griffin and the 1985 Bulls, I think the Bulls would win, but I think the Nets would give them a run for their money. But this is now one of the
okay. So all the players on the Nets have all gone in the top 10. Like all those starting 5.
Wow.
Have gone all top 10.
Wow.
James Harden, Balake Griffin, Kevin Durant, and that team's gonna make a push. That team's gonna make a huge push.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just like a devastator for teams. Like that just says to the Lakers, yeah, we're outmatched. Lakers don't have enough to sign anybody right now. I don't think. So.
Yeah, this team is scary.
Terrible fashion.
I don't understand how good does the NBA have a salary cap?
I'll look it up.
Cause if it does, if it doesn't, Nets could just just go ham.
Oh yeah, they do have salary.
Okay, good. That's what it should be.
Salary cap is $98 million. It's a minimum.
Okay.
Or no, during the season it's 132.
Anyway, the Nets are scary.
Nets? Oh, wow.
Still not gonna win. Still not gonna win. Still not gonna win. I don't. They're gonna be like the Steelers. I said it at the beginning of the season. Back when they were playing good, I didn't trust them to win in the playoffs, and boom, I was right. That was one prediction that I totally forgot about that Kareem brought up to me one day in school.
No, it's game over. They're not.
So, I just don't trust the Nets as good as they look on paper. Blake Griffin.
You're telling me Steve Nash, Kyrie, Kevin Durant,
James
Harden, and James Harden is not going to.
But here's the thing: DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin are not the same that they were 5 years ago.
Okay, so you're gonna say the GOAT Caruso the GOAT Caruso. He's pretty good. He's better than LeBron at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, he's just so good.
He's insane. He's insane.
I just think.
No, I don't think it's gonna be in the finals. I don't. As much as I want to say the Nets are gonna win, now. There's just this sneaking suspicion that's like whenever I see these super teams created, I'm always like they're gonna lose. And that's my thinking that's what I thought with the Bucks at the beginning of the season. I was like, is that all that talent and all those, different personalities in the locker rooms going to mesh? And at the start of the season it wasn't until week 15, when they played the Lions or whatever. And now, with the Dodgers, I'm like, is that gonna work? Because, the 2021 Dodgers may be the greatest team ever assembled in baseball.
No,
It might be. It might be. It's easily top 10 best teams of all time. Just on paper. So,
what really scares me this coming into the season the most is going to see the teams like the Mets, the Dodgers, the Rays. I don't think the Yankees are making a push this year. I really don't think so.
You saying that the Rays, who, mind you,
lost. Sorry, did I say the Rays actually?
Yeah, you said the Rays. I was about to say they lost their two best players in the regular season. So the Rays are not making the playoffs unless they expand them again. It's just not happening.
So what's happening? So yeah, so those teams are gonna make the playoffs. The Yankees. I don't know if the Astros. The White Sox.
No, I think the Astros are gonna win just because their division was horrible.
Yeah.
Because
I also think Matt Chapman will be down at the deadline.
I think the A's and the Angels are good.
But not there.
But they're not there. The Angels need the pitching. A's need the offense and the starting rotation. So,
I want to see Mike Trout make it to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think that
it would be the highlight of the year if he made.
Oh yeah, because he has like 8 postseason at bats.
Yeah.
Stupid Angels wasting his career. But anyway.
Still, even if he went to a super good team, like.
Yo, you know how much it would be to to trade for Mike Trout? It'd take like 70 million first round picks.
I don't want to, dude. Think about trading for Messi. 670 million. How much money? I could live off of that interest for the rest of my life and be set. Like anybody could.
Yo. But yeah. Man.
Bills.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
That's still a lot of money. That's so much money. Do you know Nike pays him his contract alone per year? So body armor in Nike, the drink he does is body armor.
Mm-hmm.
Nike and Rawlings and others, he makes a total of $39 million a year, plus his contract. So let's calculate this.
Okay, maybe not now.
So he makes $33 million. He makes more stuff in endorsements than he does in his own contract.
Bro, that's a bro moment.
That is insane.
Hey.
He makes 39. So he's taken home around like 36 million after taxes.
Bro.
So he's taken home like an actual sports contract.
My man is insane.
That is insane.
Alright, so anyway, yeah. I think that's really gonna do it. I don't think there's gonna be any more breaking news, hopefully, in the next 20 seconds. That would just be unfortunate. Justin, Deshaun Watson.
Justin, Russell Wilson traded for 18 first-round picks, and the Bears won't have a team for the next 80 years.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Yeah, and then, oh no, do you know who else got traded? Your boy Pizza.
Oh my!
Got traded.
Oh no!
In that deal.
Okay,
and
this has been wild.
Also got DK, Tyler Lockett, the whole offense of the Seahawks, and their whole line.
And Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner? This is insane!
And also Deshaun Watson got dealt to the Bears.
Oh, so whoa, did they have to trade like 30 first-round picks from 18 years into the future? No way! That's insane, bro. We're into like the 2070s now. In the 2070s now, boy.
They had to trade their whole offensive line on the Seahawks and trade it to the Texans because they have a garbage offensive line. It's so bad. The thing was so bad. And they also had to trade Tyler Lockett.
No.
Yeah.
This is wild. This is wild. Not even gonna lie.
Pick in 2060.
Oh, this is wild. Alright.
That's gonna matter so much. Who knows? Football might not be around then because of climate change.
Oh no. Okay.
People recycle.
Okay, this has been wild. This has been a wild past minute or so. Anyway, if you like this somewhat crazy episode, especially the last few minutes, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what we're doing around here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we will see you next week. Peace.